Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bitch and Brainstorm podcast. I'm your host, Elaine Terso, and I'm here with my dear friend, Kamie Lehmann, who is part of our Elevate Your Online Presence Business Summit. And Kamie is going to be part of our marketing panel on April 19th at 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. And OMG, I just have to say, you're not going to want to miss the conversation that we're going to have on that panel because we've got some of the good ones on this panel. So, but before we get into all the meat and the potatoes, Miss Kamie, will you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. So I am the host of the She's Invincible podcast, and I also own a podcast school called She's Invincible, and recently launched a TV show last month called She's Invincible TV. Yeah, so that's what I do. And I help entrepreneurs launch top podcasts and teach them how to monetize their business through their podcast.
So podcasting has been around for a little while, but how have you seen it change over the years?
Oh, yes. So, just for example, back before 2020, there was 850,000 podcasts in the world. And today we have over 3 million.
Wow.
So podcasting has become the number one preferred way to market business. So, when the pandemic hit, ad spend changed. People were spending good money for decent ads, but they were getting the people. They were finding the right people. After the pandemic hit, the ad spend went up and the target went down. So they weren't as accurate. So people paid more and weren't being able to close as many leads. And so a lot of them turned to podcasting because everyone was home. We were all stuck in the house. We all were on this leveled playing field. We were all equal, right? It didn't matter how much money you earned, the car you drove, the house you lived in. We all came to ground zero here. And so the podcasting scale grew. So there were younger people and older people tuning into podcasts because they still wanted the connection. They still wanted to learn, but they couldn't go to the events. Yeah. And so it really did change the game for marketing over these past few years.
Yeah. So how can someone use podcasting to help them elevate their online presence?
Oh, well, there's so many ways. I teach both sides of the mic. So you can be a podcast guest where you get to utilize other people's communities, which is great. Other people built communities. If you have the right message in front of the right people, that's one way. The other side is being a podcast host, because then you get to bring other people in and share communities as well. So the both sides of that are both beautiful. I encourage people to do both. And I always say, if you're thinking about starting your own podcast, go guest on other people's first. Make sure you get the feel for that side of the mic and then dive into your own, because it's so amazing.
So what is your recommendation then on being a guest, right? How often should we be guesting on other people's podcasts?
Once a week, no less, once a week. And I really would say no more. Because, as a podcast guest, part of your responsibility is to share, throughout your social media followings, newsletters, email, all the thing. And so you don't want to be in a position where you've been on 3 podcasts on the same week, and now you're telling your friends, listen to this one, but don't forget to listen to this one. And this one's the best, right? So it's better, and consistency is key. And it's better to be one a week and say have 50 to 52 a year. And then what happens in marketing is the more people hear you and they hear your message, now your brand becomes known, and then you become your brand, right? So, that's a big question. We actually have a podcast coming up soon that's, are you a business or a brand? And the truth is, you need to be both, but you want to be the brand first. So when people see you, like when you see boxing gloves, what do you think? Right? Right. It's my brand first. And then it takes you into, and this is what she does. And that's how you want it to be. So I think it's important.
Yeah. I want people to, when they see profanity, that they know that's me.
Well, you got it. Mission accomplished. Good job. Good job.
I know. I realized when other people started sending me things that had profanity in it, I knew my brand was done. I was built, right? Like
I found my people.
people get it, right?
Yes.
Or anything that has to do with friends, right? People know that is like, and so I started incorporating friends into my business.
Yes.
Putting
I
fun
love it.
gifts or, using Phoebe with Stop the Madness, right? As something to just because it just is, it's who I am. And I decided I want to attract people that like, that's like gets me, right? Like
Yes.
not everybody is going to love my potty mouth and that's okay. They don't have to work with me, right? Not everybody's going to love Friends. That's okay. You don't have to watch the show, but you're not going to get my funny references.
Right. You won't understand.
You won't
And
understand the inside joke.
yeah, and I love that you said that, because if you're going to try to work with someone who is not in alignment with you, that's so draining, right?
So draining.
It's expecting you to be someone you're not, which I just did a podcast episode on authenticity, right? And it's so hard to be something you're not.
Yes.
And that creates a big problem as well. And you can't work effectively with someone if you feel like you can't be yourself.
Yes.
So I do think it's important, and it weeds out the people who are not your people.
Yes.
And now it's clear, right? Now you know for sure. Like, yep, they're my people. I love that. Oh, I love that.
So would you say that big name podcasts are better than the little guys? What would you say?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And we were just taught about this the other day. So I can't say better or not better, but I will say effective or not effective. People think like, oh, I want to be on Brene Brown's podcast. The issue with that is that those are not your people. They're Brene Brown's people and you're not Brene Brown.
Right.
And so what you do is you show up with the right message in front of the wrong people, and that is not productive. Every time you bring the right message to the wrong people, you water down the right message. And you kill your own confidence because you think, why isn't it working? Why am I not attracting my people? Because you're going where your people aren't. Like Elaine, you're not going to church to find your people, right? Like you're going where to find your people, where they hang out. And so what is better, if we want to say better, is go to a smaller podcast that has all of your target audience.
Yes.
And drop yourself into there. You're better off bringing the right message to the right people, even if it's only 100 people, than it is to bring the right message to the wrong people and it's millions.
Right.
So I hope that answers the question.
That's so good. I think that's so important that we, everybody, I want to be on Oprah. Like, no, you don't.
Actually, the ego does. Everyone's ego wants to be on the big shows. And that's great for ego. First of all, they mostly only bring on their friends and very wealthy people. So if you're not one of their friends and you're not very wealthy people, you probably aren't getting on there. And then it's just a waste of time, and it really does water down your message. So if you want to feed your ego, great. If you want to build your business, not a good idea for that.
Girl, so good. Such good advice. Well, I am so excited to have you as part of our marketing panel, because I think, with the other speakers that we have, this is going, I'm just telling you right now, fire.
Don't miss this. This is going to be.
Miss this.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about things that people spend thousands of dollars to learn that we're coming together to give to you. And you do not want to miss this. You want to be in the room.
Yes.
Be in the room.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. You know how much I love you and adore you.
I adore you. Yes, I feel the same way about you. I have the same love for Friends as you do. And I love how you bring people together. And I would never say no to an opportunity like this with you, because you bring great people together to collaborate and to help other people be better. And I am sold out on that philosophy. And so I feel like it's such an honor for me to be invited to even come and participate and be able to share this with your following and your community and those that you have gathered. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really look forward to next week, and I cannot wait to be in the room and be able to share and really make a difference and help people to move into the direction they want to go into.
Yes. Thank you so much. I love you so much. So
Love you.
we will see you guys later. Bye.
Yes, come to the summit.
Yes.